So this texture pack makes it so that literally every texture in the game is randomized. What even is that? A wither rose? Oh god! What is the grass? What is that? Is that like a ripple animation? Oh my god, that is awful. What is that? I don't even know. Upon finding this mod, I immediately wondered if I could build a castle with this on and still have it look nice when I take it off. No, I'm sorry. I cannot handle this as the grass texture. I need to switch this. Oh, okay. That is much better. I don't know what it is, but it's better. So I'm thinking maybe we just build around here. Ooh, maybe we have, like, a castle that connects across, and then there's, like, a ship coming through under, like, a bridge. Ooh. Oh, man. Ooh, ideas are flowing. I think it's time to get to work. Let's get started on... Oh my god, what in the world? What am I looking at? What are these blocks? Let's just get started on the outline for this build. So I pretty much immediately gave up on those brief plans I spoke about beforehand, mostly because as I began to outline the castle, it started to feel like a much bigger project than I thought it would be. So I decided to scale it back a little. Okay, so I have the outline of a little castle here, but I've learned something. Every time I refresh this texture pack by restarting the game or something, it gives me a completely new randomizer. All of the textures randomize again, which is why the textures probably look different from the last clip. I am going to do like one more switch though before I continue, because these swirls are like hurting my eyes and I think it's causing me some lag. Plus the whole world looks like the Terraria corruption biome. Oh god. So I guess it's time to pick out a block palette for this castle. Maybe we use, like, nether bricks with something? I'm actually thinking we try some white blocks like diorite, which, funnily enough, has the nether brick texture. Maybe for the main structure, we do a gradient of stone to light gray concrete powder. Trust me, that's actually what those blocks are. And we go into diorite, maybe? Then maybe white wool? And then white concrete powder? I don't know where white concrete would fit in. I think we use something else. What about quartz to white wool? So we'd go stone, light gray powder, diorite, block of quartz, white wool, white concrete powder? I literally don't know. I mean, look at these blocks. I think we should just start on the gatehouse. Don't overthink this. Just get going. Just get going. Okay, so I've got like a gradient built up here. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is the stone, the light gray concrete powder, and then diorite. Hopefully that's a good mix. I feel like there might be a middle ground between the concrete powder and the diorite, but I mean, I can't check or that'd be cheating. I think it's time to pull out some of the nether brick and try to add some detail to this. I think we need to add a dash of color too. I'm sure you've seen every Minecraft castle has the little colored tips with the pointed towers like this. And I'm not sure which I should make mine. I'm trying to think what would go well with white and black. Maybe like a cyan? I thought for a second cyan wool was actually cyan wool and I was gonna like cry with relief. Instead, it's a wheat block. Like, I don't know if this looks good. Like, what does this look like? Oh god, this is such a struggle. But like, you guys understand if this doesn't look good, right? You guys will get it. You guys will understand why, I hope. Please don't bully me. Okay, we got 2 towers built up. Now let's get the thing in between. I need like a little arch here, you know, that the gate is actually in between and being held up inside of. But it's right on the verge of the concrete powder and the diorite, so I kind of really have to think here about the blocks I can use. I'm thinking andesite stairs and slabs would mix with the concrete powder kind of well. There we go. I think we got a little bit of a gatehouse. I think and I hope. I'm gonna add like a couple extra details to give it a bit more of a little quirk to it, I guess. Guys, I'm just making this up as I go. I don't know what I'm doing either. That's a spruce door. That is a spruce door. What in the world am I doing, man? Wait a second. Is that the is that the mining texture? What the? That's so weird. Okay, so little progress report. I've built up this wall here and these 2 towers. They're meant to be the same, they're meant to be symmetrical, and then there's going to be the wall here, which is supposed to be guarding from, like, anyone who sneaks on the shoreline to try to get in, you know? So in this valley, it starts to get pretty low down compared to the rest of the castle, so I think I'm actually going to have to introduce a darker block into the gradient to go under this, which, if you remember, it's stone. So I guess my best guess is cobblestone. What even is that texture? What would come after cobblestone? I can't even think of one right now. I think that texture, whatever the spruce sapling is, would actually, like, work pretty well. Wait. Oh, God, wait, no. Which coral block is that? Which one is it? I think it's the brain one, right? Of course, it's completely black. Okay, so that is quartz. Just for the record, that is quartz. That's what that is. And I'm going to use some spruce trapdoors, or I guess diamond chest plates, to make it look like there's a large closed door here. This is not weird. This is not weird at all. This is just a normal day in Minecraft. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my god, I'm jitter clicking so fast. Oh, did you guys see that? That was so sick. I'm getting bored if you can't tell. I'm sick of this crap already. It was in my boredom and growing fatigue about this project that I decided to try and call up my friends to see what they thought about my new castle.
Hey,
What the f am I looking at?
So, Grazzy, I need you to know that if a cop saw this, you'd be charged with multiple felonies.
What do you mean?
It's
No,
so
no,
good
no,
that they
not
have to
felonies.
restrict-
You'd be sent to an insane asylum.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm expressing this in the right way. This is, I think, the best way to express how I feel about this build is this.
They kicked me from the call.
Excuse me, what is going on?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you think of the build?
Look at the stream.
What do you mean?
Look at this.
Do you think it's good? Like, do you like it, or?
So good. Like, it even
Honestly,
just as a work in progress.
This makes me wonder why you've spent so much time on the Breath of the Wild map, because this is enough as is.
Dude, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, why was I wasting my time there? All right, back to work now. We got to get serious again. I have this building built up, and I used a fancy little debug stick trick to make the walls all stick out like this. But honestly, I don't know if it looks cool. How could I know if it looks cool? I'm actually beginning to lose it at this point. Doing these stinking gradients over and over again is starting to get to me. Like, I hate doing these stupid gradients, and we still have so much more. So I think this building is good. It's all right, but I think it's too big to be at the front. So I'm probably going to swap it with this other diagonal building here once this one's built, because I think it makes more sense to have the smaller builds in the front and the larger in the back. That way you can see, like, the whole castle when you're standing out here, you know? So if you can't tell what's going on here, first of all, I understand. But we have some nether brick into the cyan wool, just like the rest. But then we got more nether brick. This is magenta wool, and these are gold blocks. So I'm wondering if at, like, the tip of the center, the kind of magenta and wool might kind of look cool, is like a magical center. I'm making this up as I go, okay? I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I'm sorry, guys. I really am not as good as you guys think I am at building. I can almost guarantee you that looks like crap. There's no other way to put it. I think what I might do is I might add a bit more out here as well. I might, like, tear down the forest and make my own custom, like, spruce forest, maybe? Regardless of what we do, I think I'm going to try and speed through a lot of the rest of the castle so that we can get into some of the finer details, exterior touches. So this might be quite a time-lapse ahead of us. So I began building this castle at about 8 p.m. and it is currently 2 a.m. I should go to bed, but I am determined. I am determined to finish this in one sitting. I'm sure you noticed from that time lapse a lot has changed, so I think I built up this small thing over here and this tower. I did have this tower in the back way up here, but I think I even said earlier, like, it's too big. I think it has to be moved further back, and I was right. I replaced it with a bit of a smaller tower and moved it in the back, as you can see. But I've kind of given up on, on realistic structuring. I just want this done. I'm worn out, okay? I've been doing this for so long. I did change a lot of the structuring around the back, and this area is not that well done. Listen, I'm not putting in much effort to the back of this. But there's still this really large building that I want to have, like, towering over this one. So I'm thinking about getting rid of the little quirky thing we did with the gold and the magenta wool. Partially because I feel like it might be a bit too tall compared to the one that's going to be behind it. But also, I don't think the magenta and gold is going to look good. So I think I'm just going to get to work on this thing and see what I can do here. Oh my god, I thought I was good earlier, holy. Yeah, and then we copy and paste it to the other side. That could look cool. I mean, there's only one way to find out. I like it. I like it. One of the last things I want to do is get rid of the magenta and gold thing we built here. I don't think it's going to look good. I just don't. However, I will put it like way over here. That way afterwards we can kind of maybe stitch it back on and see like, oh, that was actually kind of cool potentially, you know? So I just ran a command that took all the cyan wool that we've been placing, which is the wheat, and it mixed in a bunch of cyan concrete powder with it. So we'll get a bit of texture variation in the roofs here. So I want to make some custom spruce trees. Oh god, I don't like this block palette I have to work with. I'm gonna be honest, I really just don't care to get like all these different variations of each tree so that every tree in the forest isn't the exact same. I just want to be done. I'm tired. It's 3 a.m. Wow, trees are actually very hard to make when the leaves aren't see-through. Like, I don't know if this looks good as a tree or not. Oh my god, I mean, they're done. I'm not confident in these at all, but I mean, I don't really have a choice but to use them. I hope this looks good. I mean, I don't like it already. I think I'm just ready to call it, honestly. I think I'm just ready to call it and take a look at this when it's all finished. But before we do that, let us appreciate what we had. The textures that I was working with were pretty bad. They were not that great. But at least it wasn't this, what we're looking at now. Or this. Oh. Wait, no. Actually, I kind of like this a lot more. Oh my god, thank god we did not have this. There is not a single redeemable quality about this palette. Okay, but enough horsing around. I'm gonna go take off the mod, and we're gonna take a look to see if the castle actually looks nice. So I'm looking away. Regular, oh my god. It's vanilla Minecraft, oh my god. Wait, I'm actually so nervous. My heart is actually beating. It's time. This is the moment of truth. Was I able to build a nice looking castle with random textures? Wait. That's kind of good. Wait, hold on, my heart is pounding. Wait, I actually kind of like this. Wait, I like this a lot, I think. Oh my god. That's not there. Neither is that, or that. Listen, it's really hard to notice these discrepancies when you have random textures on. I'm breaking things. And I guessed the coral right. Remember, like, way earlier when I was like, oh, I don't know what the right coral is? I got it right. It appears I accidentally used nether brick here, which isn't a big deal. We can take, like, a closer look at the... I nailed the gradient! Oh my god! I actually nailed the gradient almost. I'm definitely glad I got rid of that. That does not match at all. Oh, what a relief. I did not completely embarrass myself. This definitely could have been better, but, like, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. If you want to see more building challenges like this, give me some ideas for some, and I'll see you guys all later.